Hello everybody, and welcome to today's video. In this video, I will be showing you guys how to make amazing and healthy oatmeal raisin cookies. So let's get started. So the ingredients you'll be needing are oats, flour, salt, baking powder, cinnamon, coconut oil, honey, vanilla, 1 egg, and some raisins. And first you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And in a large bowl you're going to combine 1 cup of oats and 2/3 cup of flour, and then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which if you don't have, you can also substitute for baking soda. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you can also add a little bit more of that if you want to. And then a pinch of salt. And then you're just going to whisk or mix that together, whichever one you choose. And now in a smaller bowl, you're going to use this to mix your wet ingredients together. So first you're going to crack 1 egg, and I whisked it so it was very smooth and easier to mix in with all the other wet ingredients. And then once that is all whisked, you can add in your other wet ingredients. So we're going to be adding in 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil, and you want to use melted coconut oil. And then once that's added in, you can add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of honey. Or if you don't want your cookies to be super sweet, you can add in a little bit less, which is what I did. And then you're just going to whisk or mix those ingredients until they are nice and smooth and combined. And now you are going to pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients and mix until they are combined. And you're just going to mix all these ingredients until they come together like mine did in the video. And now it's time to add in our toppings. So for my toppings, I'm using raisins because I want mine to be oatmeal raisin cookies. But if you don't like raisins, you can also add in chocolate chips or nuts. But I like the raisins because they add a really nice sweetness to the cookie. And now I just added a little bit more cinnamon because I smelled the cookies and I just wanted a really stronger cinnamon flavor from these cookies. So I just added in a little bit more. And now once that's all combined and mixed well together, we can start placing it onto your baking pan. So first I just put some nonstick spray on it to just make sure that the cookies would not stick to the pan. And in this recipe, it made about 9 cookies. You could probably make about 10, but for my baking pan, it fit about 9 cookies really nicely, so I just made them a little bit larger. And then I just pressed them to be a little bit flatter because these cookies don't really spread or rise when they're in the oven. So basically whatever shape you put them into is what they'll come out as. So I just pressed mine down a little bit so they'd be still a pretty good thick cookie, but whatever size you want, you can put them in there as. And so once they're in the oven, you can start a timer. And for my cookies, it took 12 minutes. It will probably take yours the same amount of time, unless you have a different oven or your cookies are different sizes. And so it's been 12 minutes and the cookies are done. And they're nice and golden brown. They kind of looked the same before they went in the oven, but a little bit more cooked, obviously. And there was a little crisp on the bottom too. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed these cookies. If you tried them, make sure to like and subscribe if you really like this video and the recipe. And let me know what other things you would like me to make next. Bye!